Trump broke a ton of promises on his first day in office. There was a lot he said he'd do on day one.
Starting on day one, my first day in office.
A lot of Trump's day one promises were illegal. Many were impossible. Most of them he broke. Let's review. Number one, Trump promised he'd begin lowering prices of groceries and everything else on day one.
Prices will come down dramatically and come down fast.
But after his election, he started backing away from that. Talking to Time magazine about grocery prices, he said, quote, "I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard." And nothing Trump did on his first day could conceivably lower prices. The best he could do was a meaningless directive to every department to see if they could come up with ideas to lower prices. Not only that, Trump moved to raise prescription drug prices by rescinding a Biden order to lower them. Promise broken. Number two, Trump said he'd end the war in Ukraine on day one. Another broken promise. Number three, Trump said on day one he'd end Biden's
insane electric vehicle mandate.
There was no Biden electric vehicle mandate, so he couldn't and didn't end it. Number four, Trump said he'd override the Constitution to end birthright citizenship on day one.
Birthright. That's a big one.
But regardless of his executive order, the president has no power to do that. Number five.
On day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy.
Trump did sign an executive order denying the existence of trans and non-binary people. However, no matter what Trump does to demean and endanger trans people, they will exist. He cannot will them away. Number six. Trump said on day one he'd ban trans people from schools and from sports. He does not have the power to do that. Number seven, Trump promised to ban CRT from the military. CRT usually stands for critical race theory, which is a college-level academic concept. It's not part of military training, so Trump could not ban it. The military does do combat readiness training, so it's possible Trump got confused by that CRT. Fortunately, he did not ban that either. Number eight, Trump said he'd end America's opioid epidemic.
I will take action on day one to end this horrific plague and save American lives.
We're still waiting. Number nine, Trump said on day one he'd put a 25% tariff on all goods imported from Mexico and Canada, our two biggest trading partners. It is a good thing he broke that promise because U.S. tariffs are paid by Americans, not the other country. So this would have made Americans pay a whole lot more for a while.